Cancun, Mexico app, a bus carrying cruise ship passengers on an excursion to Mayan ruins in southeastern Mexico flipped over on a narrow highway Tuesday, killing 11 travelers and their guide and injuring about 20 others, officials said. Authorities had not yet established the nationalities of the dead. 7 Americans and 2 Swedes were among the injured, said Vicente Martin, spokesman for the Quintana Roo State Civil Defense Agency. Credit CNN Juan Jose Lopez. The bus ended up on its side in vegetation along the 2-lane road. Video taken after the crash showed some survivors lying on the pavement and others walking around. One body lay on the roadside covered by a white sheet or other object, as the crash scene was cordoned off with yellow police tape. Miami-based Royal Caribbean Cruises said in a statement that passengers from 2 of its ships, the Celebrity Equinox and Serenade of the Seas, were on the bus. The company expressed its sympathies and said it was assisting with medical care and transportation. The U.S. Embassy in Mexico City said it was aware of reports that several American citizens had been injured and U.S. officials were working with local authorities to assess the citizenship and identity of individuals involved in the accident. It said the U.S. consulate in Merida was ready to provide assistance. Martin said investigators were working to determine the cause of the crash, which occurred as the bus was on its way to the ruins at Chacoban, about 110 miles 175 kilometers south of Tulum. The Quintana Roo State Prosecutor's Office reported that the fatalities were 11 tourists, including 1 child, and a Mexican tour guide. It said in a statement Tuesday night that 7 injured tourists had returned to their boat while 13 remained hospitalized, 6 of them in Tulum and 7 in the city of Chetumal, near the Belize border. The dead were being transferred to the Forensics Service for identification and subsequent notification of consular authorities. Chris Brawley, a passenger on the Serenade of Seas, was on a bus headed to the same Mayan ruins when they came on the scene minutes after the accident. It was shortly after 9 a.m., and a convoy of buses from the cruise port at Nahahual was headed to Chacoban, he said. They had been on the road for about 35 to 40 minutes before the accident. Brawley said the sky was clear and the road was dry and he didn't see any sign of another vehicle being involved in the crash, which happened on a narrow, 2-lane road with no shoulder guardrail. He said he did not see the crash, but the bus clearly lost control somehow as there were swerve marks all over the road surface. Brawley, of Hasler, Texas, said his ship departed Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on Friday for a 7-day cruise. They were in Roatán, Honduras, on Monday and were scheduled to be in Cozumel on Wednesday. Michael Schoenmeyer, a minister from Cleveland, was on another bus that passed the crash about an hour later. Tow trucks were lifting up the bus when they passed by, he said. It was in pretty sad shape. Schoenmeyer said. Costa Maya Nahahual, the bus company involved, said in a statement that in addition to the tourists, pet guide and driver were aboard the bus. Copyright 2017 The Associated Press. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed.